episode of the Wiley Show. Sorry for my tardiness, but we had a day today. I was getting phone calls from people across the country. We are working on some things, and people were calling me, emailing me, whatever. And I'm responding, and I was like, man, I got to reschedule. Then I got another phone call that said, let me reschedule again. But we are here. Can you all say welcome to the Wiley Show? I want to say thank you to all the moderators in the house. We're going to get started on this show, and I want to tell you, it may trigger some people in this particular episode. I'm going to tell you, it may trigger some people in this episode, but we got to get into something very important. Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty, campaigned to silence his sexual assault victim. Everyone knows that Kenneth Petty is on the sexual offenders list because he was convicted of raping this woman named Jennifer. So according to the Daily Beast, Jennifer, who's Nicki Minaj's husband, attempted to rape when she was a teen, opens up about the harassment and threats she received from their camp in order to get her to recant. I want to read this. This is from Laura Bradley, wrote this piece, entertainment reporter, and let's read it. When you somebody's wife, you got to be even more prayed up. Nicki Minaj told her audience in 2019 episode Apple Music show Queen Radio, because you got to cover your husband in prayer. The rapper was responding to criticism she received for marrying a convicted sex offender, Kenneth Zoo Petty. Minaj went on to claim that Petty has been wrongfully accused of attempted rape at the age of 15, and that the victim has actually written a letter to the judge back then in 1995 asking to recant her statement, only to reverse course after she found out she could go to jail for 90 days. But white is right, Minaj said. Petty victim who has came forward using only her first name, Jennifer, is not white. Her mother is white. Her father is black. Both she and Petty were 16 years old at the time of the assault when she reported immediately. She says she never submitted a letter recanting, but alleged that the associates of Minaj and Petty spent months last year harassing her to do so, going so far as to offer her hundreds of thousands of dollars on their behalf. At one point, Jennifer said she also spoke with Minaj herself. Minaj and Petty did not respond to requests for comment. They said right here that Jennifer moved 3 times in 2020 out of fear of her safety. The final time out of the state, separating her from her 22-year-old daughter, and she since came for a section of gospel blogosphere has also exploded as Minaj stands and even some estranged family members attempted to discredit her claim. Okay, now let's get into this part of the article. It said this: the state of California dismissed its case against Petty for failing to register as a sex offender last year in the light of similar federal charges, for which Petty faces a trial in June. In an interview to Daily Beast, Jennifer describes the mind fuck that began last March when Petty arrest in California prompted a web of family members and neighbors to contact her on his and Minaj's behalf. They said Jennifer also said she has been in contact with the U.S. Marshals, who recently told her that an investigation of Petty is underway, and that they're finding evidence. A source familiar with the conversation confirmed this and said that the authorities called the investigation a high priority case. She said this will quote, she said, "I'm hoping for the truth to come out, and whatever comes from the truth to let it be." Jennifer said, for a while, she tried to avoid implicating other people, but now after everything has happened, it's like people were willing to sacrifice me so this guy could remain in public eye. She said, I feel like my family was willing to sacrifice me. So we hear all of this conversation on a Daily Beast. I was really researching other like New York Times, New York Post, any of these other sites. Nobody else have really picked up this story when it came to this. I personally believe that Jennifer needs therapy. I do not believe, and I'm going to say it publicly, I do not believe that Nicki Minaj nor her husband is contacting Jennifer, because if they are contacting you, especially for her husband's sake, he will be locked up right now. If it's proven that he is contacting a woman that he raped, back in the 90s, he literally would be back locked up if she had the evidence and the proof to prove that he contacted her. I do believe that fans probably doing this, but not with the blessing of Nicki Minaj and her husband. I do believe that it is a hate train against Nicki Minaj. I personally believe that. Now, I do want to read a post that Tasha K wrote, and I want to read what she said on her page, because she wrote a statement concerning the matter when it concerned the matter with this Nicki Minaj piece. This is what Tasha K wrote. For not so bright in the back, if there was a federal investigation on Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, it would be public record or completely classified. See y'all tonight, Fuckery Friday. We got some major wine to spill. And this is what I want to say. If this was a federal investigation, every major network will be covering this story. It will not just be on the Daily Beast website. And this woman have not said anything new. She went on different YouTube channels talking about this story, that they're contacting her. I've always said go to the authorities, let the investigation play out. But she decided to go to the YouTubers and tell her story. Now it's on the Daily Beast. But if this were the case, that if Kenneth Petty and Nicki contacted her, the New York Times, the New York Post, CNN, MSNBC, all of these major news outlets will be covering this story if it's proven that the federal authorities is investigating, especially when it comes to Nicki Minaj, because she is a celebrity. The reason why I say the downfall, if this is an investigation, this will be all because Nicki married a convicted rapist. That is something that she have to deal with. That is something that that's what she's sleeping with, that she have to understand that will be the consequences of marrying a man that was convicted of raping someone. So that is, in return, is kind of damaging Nicki Minaj's reputation. Nicki Minaj, as any good wife, will sit and defend their husband. And she have every right to do so. But while defending the husband, you also have to take the shots that's going to come from people that hate on you, that don't like you, that will use this to pretty much smear you and to destroy you. This hit piece literally came out just a month after her father was killed in a hit and run accident. Again, I'm just being completely honest, because when you marry somebody that is convicted of rape, that literally make your brand look tarnished. And you also got to keep an understanding. Nicki also paid for the lawyer of her brother that was convicted of fumbling with kids. So Nicki, she have to deal with this. On the other hand, I don't think that she have to be blamed, because she did not go around in the early 90s raping nobody. No, but she married somebody with a past. And I hope that Nicki is okay in this instance. I hope and pray that Nicki did not contact, and I want to say that again, that she did not contact, because that would be very foolish of her. And if she did, why didn't Jennifer record it? Jennifer know how to get on YouTube channels. If Nicki Minaj would have recalled Jennifer would have recorded that. I honestly believe that she will not be around here that Nicki Minaj is contacting Jennifer and no type of recordings come into place. Like, let's be crystal clear when it comes to that. I do remember when it comes to Jennifer brother said, and it was on a YouTube channel, he called it to a YouTube. Now, mind you, these people call it to YouTube channels before they're actually going to get evidence and proof concerning the matter. But Jennifer brother told Jennifer, go to the police. You're pretty much paranoid, pretty much discrediting the sister, and say, hey, why don't you get you a weapon? Why don't you contact the police and all that type of stuff? So it's like a terrible situation concerning Jennifer. Do I feel for her? Yes, because something happened for her. Why do I think that she's coming out and saying these things? Is because she's upset that Kenneth moved on with his life. He literally moved on with his life, doing incredible things with his wife, and they have a beautiful baby. I do believe she's bitter because she's yet still stuck in emotional damage, stress, depression, so much. And she see, when she tune into her television, or when she go and watch on Instagram, she see that all of this stuff is going on. Now, I was looking into research. So I said, where is her lawyer information? And if it's an investigation going on, why are you doing interviews concerned about this investigation? Something suspicious what she said. And Jennifer also said she's been in contact with the U.S. Marshals who recently told her that an investigation of Petty's is underway and that they found evidence. A source familiar with the conversation confirmed this and said that the authorities called the investigation a high priority case. What in the world, in this particular situation, that if this is a high priority investigation, why are you going to the media talking about a case knowing that your life could possibly be in danger? I just don't necessarily understand that. I'm looking deeper inside all of this. And then, the article even went on and to talk about the situation, how Jennifer, how she grew up in South Jamaica, Queens. And she said, as did Patty and Minaj, the same woman who taken her in and raised her mother as an infant, did the same for her. Jennifer grew up calling for women's older children, her aunts and uncles, and other relative cousins. As previously reported, the Daily Beast court records indicate that both Petty and his victim were 16 years old at the time of the assault, which occurred in September of 1994. According to the complaint, the victim has been walking to school when Petty came up behind her, pressing an object to her back, instructing her to keep walking. The two eventually arrived at Petty's residence when he allegedly forced herself upstairs and began to rape her at knife point before she was able to strike him with a bottle and escape. Petty denied the rape allegations upon his arrest. Court documents indicate he claimed that he had only spoke with Jennifer that day before returning home to sleep, adding, "I didn't do anything." After the assault, Jennifer ran to school to report the incident immediately. A close friend picked her up from the hospital and brought her back to her home. When she returned to the house and told her adopted mother what happened, Jennifer said she was simply told, "Sorry, you got raped, but you should have screamed." Petty parents, Jennifer added, responded to his arrest by telling her adopted family that the two has been dating. She adamant that they were not. "My family allowed his mother and father to take me to go see a district attorney and pretend like they were my aunt and uncle." She told the Daily Beast, "I think I kind of always just felt like people wanted me to be a liar." Jennifer insists that she never wrote a letter recanting any parts of her account, but in the months that followed Petty's arrest, his friends allegedly harassed her family so severely that her adopted aunt, the oldest daughter of the woman who raised her, brought her to the courthouse to drop the charge against Petty. Jennifer didn't drop the charges. Overwhelmed, she moved to Florida. As the case proceeded, Jennifer family members Barry did not respond to requests for comment for this story. A close friend of Jennifer at the time of the assault confirmed that she and Petty was never in a relationship and said that Jennifer have never expressed to them a desire to recant her story. So you see in this story, you're bringing about the history about what's really going on. And when I tell you this, I don't believe that Nicki is contacting this woman. I think that she name drops Nicki because she is bitter that Nicki Minaj pretty much called her a white woman and pretty much called what technically she is half white. And if you have a white mother, technically you is half white. But anywho, and she's just upset again that Mr. Petty is moved on with his life. Now, if it's any evidence that is going on that I see other than just an article, I will be the first one to come out and say it is completely wrong. I'm just giving my opinion when it's everybody at. And listen, my side is on the side of the truth, and I don't believe that Nicki will risk her career, her image, to be contacting this person and offer her $20,000. That's a low number. $100,000. That's a low number. I don't believe it. And if she been contacted multiple times, why have not it clicked in Jennifer's head to click that record button and have the evidence of them actually contacting her? That's what I personally believe. Now, I will open up the phone lines. If any of you all want to call in concerning this case, it'll be it. But if it is a downfall of Nicki Minaj, it would be because she chose a husband that literally was convicted of rape. Whether he did it or not, he was convicted. Okay, so we don't have to say allegedly. He was convicted. He served time. He's on a sexual offenders list. He had charges brought against him because he failed to register, but they dropped those charges. So I mean, it is what it is. He did what he did. But everything that I'm saying, and let's just do it like this. The thing I'm saying is alleged. He's considered to say his innocence, that he did not do this. And I decided to do that just for the purposes of this video. But this woman has been going around trying to get on Daytime Tea Time show. I think she's on Daytime Tea Time show. She's on other YouTube shows. She was just literally on shows, just getting a click and a view, So so we'll see how this is gonna go. I'm gonna open up the phone lines and see if you all want to call in. I know some of y'all are triggered by this. I see a little of her story changing, but hey, maybe it's because it was happening a long time ago. Who knows? But I just have to come on here and just give my opinion concerning this case. Now, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna do the 646-716-8447 number if you want to call in. 646-716-8447 number.
Your show now.
That will
Press
be the number
1
that we
to hear
use.
important.
Your show is scheduled to start in 26 seconds.
Call in. Yes. Okay. Let's see right here. Let me put the number in. Now, I do believe that she probably were contacted because he was failed to register. But
your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
She can't really recount. Only thing she can do is probably go to the media.
Blog Talk Radio.
He already served his side. It's bill. He's already charged. So, so anytime he already on the list. So her trying to recount a story ain't going to really change nothing when it comes to that. I'm just being 100% artist because he already convicted. All right. So I put the number down in the screen. So if you want to call in, the number is 646-716-8447. And I think that Nicki should come out and release a statement, but she's grieving right now. She's really, really grieving right now. And this is something, I'm going to say this. You have to be careful who you marry. Because if you married a man that owed child support debt, guess what? When y'all get married, that his debt becomes your debt. So you have to be careful. If you married a man that was accused of convicted or raping someone, you will get blunt of that attention. Get that people to come at you. So that's just how it is, in my humble opinion. All right. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines and let's see what y'all have to say. 9582, call you on air. 9582.
Yes, hi, Wiley.
Hi.
I just wanted to say he already served time, so why would she want him? Like, do she want him to serve more time? And do she want Nicki to go to jail too? Because I don't get it. He already served his time, and that's all that matters.
Right, and she keeps saying that Nicki Minaj was on the phone with her, trying to offer her money to recant. Do you believe that Nicki Minaj will call this alleged victim, knowing that it's a possibility of her to be recorded? Do you believe in that?
Well, if she did, she has to have proof that she did.
Right.
Like actually record her or from DM have the proof that she's been doing that.
Right. So
because if you
go ahead. No. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Like if you're not lying, show the proof. That's all you gotta do.
Right.
And I don't think Nicki have time to be doing that. She have a baby boy, and then her father just died. Why would she wanna DM that lady? That make no sense.
I agree with you on that.
Time, you never know.
I agree with you on that. And many people are saying that he served his time on there. Another point, do you think that is wise for Jennifer to go to the media if it's true that it's an open investigation, that this is a high priority case? Do you think that's wise on Jennifer's part to go to the media and share this information?
No, it's not right, but at the same time, that's what everybody do now. They think that social media is better than going to the police.
Okay.
So, what are we gonna do about it? We're not gonna do nothing. What can we do about it? We could just listen, but going to the FBI or whatever, that's gonna help her. If that's the real truth she's telling.
All right, and we thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. The number is 646-716-8447. 4405, call you on the air.
What up, Wiley? This is C Smile's wife.
All right, go ahead.
I got a question. Okay, exactly what was he charged with?
I'm looking right. He was convicted of rape, so that's what it looks like according to the article, and he's on a sex offender list as well. So it's something that had to deal with sexual assault.
I thought. Huh?
He was convicted of 1 count of attempted rape in the 1st degree, assault in the 2nd degree, unlawful imprisonment in the 2nd degree, and criminal possession of a weapon.
Okay, so just like I thought, the boy is nasty, period. Okay, so even if he served his time or whatever, the girl might feel salty at just the fact that a woman to a woman, Why would you sit here and be with somebody that messes with a child? Why would you do that?
That's
because you nasty.
Well, what I'm saying is this happened in the 90s, not to take off for him, but if can a person change? If they do something, is it something in their spirit that they could become a better person? Do you hold them to a mistake that they made in the early 90s? Or can they possibly change? That's what I'm trying to understand. Do they never ever could get married again? Should they just get under a rock and just swivel away? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, let me go ahead and tell you how I feel, okay? Being a prior victim, I feel like, no, people do not change. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, situations change that might alter how that person reacts. Situations have occurred to the point that that person might hide differently. But at the end of the day, those are diseases that are embedded. You know what I'm saying? It's just like being on any other disease. It's not something you could just get rid of over time. It's something that has to be brought about that actually occur in your life that makes you want to change. And for her to have the platform that she has, and little girls listening to her music, and grown women listening to her music that have been victims, that gave her that have given them the confidence from her music to stand, it's like, how could you be in this role model, be with someone out of all the fish in the sea that you could pick? How do you be with someone that set such a bad example? And I don't believe this girl is lying, because not only is she sitting here putting her life out for everybody else to see, but also a lot of times everybody wants to say run to the police, but we know as Black people that the police don't do much for us, okay? Because I know the 2 times that it happened to me, police didn't do jack for me.
Oh, wow.
It was more of me looking, they pointed at me as the guilty one. They pointed at me as the guilty one. I had to prove this and prove that in order for them to even make simple things like keeping that person out of my perimeter. So yeah, social media is the outlet for most people, because I can reach a broader audience with social media. Especially if that's the platform that she stands on. That's the platform that she's supposed to represent little girls and grown women. That's the platform that she chose. So yeah, I'm gonna come to the platform you chose and let them know how you're standing by a man that could do so much harm. And then as far as her family shiesty as hell. I'm not even gonna cuss because I know how your show is. My wife told me how your show is. Uh-huh. But it's just shiesty how you sit up here and say that she's lying, or maybe we need to question this, question that. But at the end of the day, it's been proven. This man has been proven to do wrong. Because to hold somebody against their will, that's kidnap. So you kidnap the person, you rape and assaulted and molested a person, and you think that, oh, now just because you're married to Nicki, we're supposed to say, oh, no, he ain't going to do that no more. Oh, no, he's not that type.
I have a question,
they put
caller.
people like that on a sex offender list.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you believe that Nicki Minaj is contacting Jennifer to have Jennifer to change her story?
Do I believe she herself have contacted? Probably not. But guess what? I can't say that she hasn't had somebody else to contact that female to get her to either alter her story or stand out of the light. I can't say that, because guess what? We all know a lot of times famous people are not going to come to you directly, because then guess what? You can record them. Then guess what? You can keep records. You know what I'm saying? If I bring somebody else and I get somebody else involved to address the issue with you, then guess what? Then if you get a recording, hey, that wasn't me. Hey, I ain't do that. I ain't say that. But of course, most likely she had somebody contact that girl, because guess what? I don't want to look bad. I don't want my man to look bad. Even though I made the decision, he made the decision. Let us move on in peace. And it's always the suspect that want to move on in peace. But what about the victim? That's why we having this big old Me Too movement right now. It's because everybody always want to point to the victim as the problem. Why can't we look at the problem for what it is? She didn't choose to have that situation happen to her. And then for her to go home to her family and her family negate everything that she's got going on, talking about you should have screamed. Like, that alone shows why people don't step forward and don't come out. Oh. I'm in the military branch, and it took me a year and a half to step forward and come out because of people like that, who don't take time to sit here and say, this person could really have a problem. This person could really have a problem. And that's what people don't realize. These are genuine disease. It's a disease. It's a mental disease. It's not something that person chose to do. It's something that's embedded in them, has been festering in them, has been growing in them, and they act upon it. It's just like when people go out there and kill people. They don't just go out there and just shoot off at the first person they see. No, they done thought about that thing. They done dreamed about that thing. They don't live in that thing. If anything, when they get the balls, they go out there and they do it.
All right, and we thank you so very much.
After that, you gotta bring that down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, we thank you so very much for giving your opinion concerning this situation. Thank you so much, sister. All right.
You too. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. 0287, Carly on air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
All right.
Hi. So you asked the question, do you really think that people can change? And I do think that people can change to if they do the work. However, I don't see that this guy has done any of the work. I mean, I don't know them personally, don't see their lives, but I just really feel like he has not done the work because it seems like the whole thing is that they're trying to get him not to have that title so he won't be a sex offender, so she can come out and be with him in the open freely. I think that, yeah, they did contact. I really feel that they contacted her because Nicki cannot parade him around in public as a sex offender, as a rapist. And not just, this wasn't no date rape. This was a violent violent assault. So sorry for saying the R word too many times. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it wrong. But she cannot walk around with him publicly because that is going to keep coming up. So the solution was to get this girl to retract her story. Now, do I feel that she should have came to the public? I think she came to the public because maybe in her mind she felt like the going public would give her more security, because staying quiet and moving and hiding, she was still in danger. They were still finding her. They were still calling her. So she already been quiet. The only other recourse she had was to go to the protective services with the marshals. And she said she didn't want to do that because she didn't want to be away from her children and her family. And I don't blame her. She didn't say anything for 20 years. She's been hiding out. She could care less. Her only issue is they contacted her because they want her to write a letter in support of him not being a sex offender. And she told them, if you are the lawyer and if y'all could get him off of that sex offender list, that's fine. That's all. That's fine with her. But she said, don't call me and testify because I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell them that he actually armed me. And so I don't understand what the whole issue is. I think the only thing that this is coming back up again is because she came out and said that the marshals contacted her and said that there is their high priority investigation, that there's something else new coming on. But as far as with, they've been trying to get this public for a while, and it comes out a little bit and then it goes back. And it comes out, it surfaces, and then it goes back. So maybe hopefully she'll get she'll get some sort of closure right now, being that she said that they're under investigation again. But we just have to wait and see.
All right. We thank you so very much for giving your opinion. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. We reached out to Nicki Minaj. We didn't get any response. So we did reach out to get a statement and see what does she want to say concerning the matter. But we have, as of yet, gotten a response from Nicki Minaj. Just want to give y'all that update. 6037, call you on air. 6037.
Hi,
Hi.
Hi, how you doing today?
Okay.
I was calling in because I do not believe her, only because her story has changed so many times. And if people would separate their disliking for Nicki and their own personal traumas that they went through, then they would see the real story. I know the blogger, Black Tea Blog, she did a lot of coverage on this. And that's where I learned a lot of the details. And even her relatives had spoke up against her to tell the inconsistencies in her story. And I just find it really crazy how people will believe that Nicki will actually threaten her, knowing that she could lose everything she worked hard for. And you guys know Nicki is very strategic when she comes to things. So why would she do that? Hell, we just found out years ago she was with Safari. We didn't even know that. So why would y'all think she would lose everything to do that to this girl? So, but that was all my thoughts, Wiley.
Thank you so very much. And like I said, I don't think Nicki would mess up her career by contacting this woman. And
right.
That's what I have to say.
And like I said,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying what you said. I don't think that she would mess it up and like destroy doing that, in my humble opinion.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all really think Nicki gonna destroy what she built for this situation? And I wish people would really take the time out to learn more about do more of their own research and not just go by what the media feeds you, because a lot of people don't like her. And I just wish people did their own research. That's all.
Yes, and people, unfortunately, they have their own narrative, because some people don't like Nicki Minaj for whatever reason. They're angry that Nicki Minaj chose this man, but we never knew the real reason why she chose him. And she have every right to choose whoever she want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? If she want to sleep with this man and have this relationship, that's her business. She should have every right. But the question is she going around trying to pressure and use her celebrity status to re-victimize the victim? That should be the question. Right. Not why she married that man, because she probably fell in love with him. Probably fell in love with him. But I don't think that she's going around using her celebrity to re-victimize the victim, especially a woman that you can't, because she's going around on the media. And it's like you said, some of her family has some things to say that Jennifer is saying a lot of inconsistencies. So it's just a lot going on in this situation. And for a woman that is hiding or in hiding and always moving, why is she always running to the media? Shouldn't you be somewhere hiding? I'm just saying.
Yes, Wiley. I was just about to make that point. She would have got my vote if she would have went straight to the authorities. She went straight to the media. That doesn't make sense to me. What the media gonna do? Just bring more coverage, but the authorities, they're gonna handle that situation. Because Kenny could get in a lot of trouble. So I don't know. I think it's just for clout. And to be honest, and I'm not trying to victim shame, because I've been a victim myself in the past. But it just doesn't make sense to me, and I'm not gonna agree with what she's doing, and I think it's wrong. But you know what? Whatever happens in the dark always comes to the light, so the truth's gonna come out anyway. So
absolutely, because she keeps saying, I'm moving and my life is there, and then you giving statements to the media, going to this blog, that blog. That you should be somewhere hiding in safety and not really bringing too much exposure, knowing that your life can potentially be in danger. I just think that she's doing this to embarrass Nicki Minaj, because she's angry that Nicki married this man and then he moved on with his life. And he's with one of the hottest rappers in the business. Not even, she's a hot celebrity. So I think that really got to Jennifer, and she's just saying, hey, I'm gonna tell my story. Hey, I'm gonna say this, that they're contacting me with no type of evidence. And you already know the lie will always travel faster than the truth. You know what I'm saying? It sounds it's entertaining. Oh, Nicki Minaj contacted her husband victim. Why would she do this? Cardi B will never. You know how that goes.
Right. Right. That's why I said there's more an agenda with this, because I don't know. And then I see people in the comments. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Just because I don't believe her, that's my opinion. I'm not, and I'm standing on that. I'm sorry. I believe in I believe in getting to the truth. And the lady, why would you go to social media? Handle this behind the scenes. Like, don't do all that. Jumping from blogger to blogger. Come on now. And then I don't know. I said, I watched Black Tea, and she really did some in-depth coverage on this. And it was, I believe it.
And she broke it down and everything like that. But again, people would rather believe the lie because it's more entertaining than the truth. But we thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you for giving your opinion.
All right. It was great talking to you. Have a good day.
All right. You too. Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. All right, callers. Number is 646-716-8447. Again, we reached out to Nicki Minaj. We didn't receive any statements yet, but if we do, we will bring it to you live. We got a next caller, 8375. Caller, you on the air? 8375.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
All right.
Okay, I'm going to be short and sweet with this. I wish everybody would get up off of Nicki. I don't believe I believe her story at the beginning, but because there's so many inconsistencies about the marshals, I highly doubt that, because if the marshal was involved at this point, we would see some news article, we would see something going on with Nicki in the news saying that she's harassing this lady. At the end of the day, Nicki made some choices when it came to her music, okay? Nicki, she dealt with some people in the industry that didn't approve of a lot of people that she even did music with. I kind of feel like Nicki is standing out alone sometimes. I feel like people are literally attacking her for no reason. She chose this man. He chose her. He did his time. And I think this woman, Jen, I'm not going to even say it's so much clout. I'm honestly getting sick and tired at this point. Because if you can, I don't like a person that sits behind and throw rocks and hide their hands. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to accuse me of something, come to the forefront. Don't sit behind in the dark or sit behind walls and the internet and the phone and throw your messages at me. Show me your face. I can't fight your shadow. I need you to stand here in front of me. I need you to come from behind. Nosy, I need you to come from behind. Jag, I need you to come from behind. Whomever you're hiding behind, and I need you to show your face. Tell me why you feel as though Nicki is still harassing you. Her husband is harassing you. Show me some documents. Show me some proof. I don't do words no more, because people can say anything. But show me that this happened. Until you can show me, I'm done with this. I'm done with it. I'm done with Jen, whoever she is. Do anybody even know what she looks like? Has she even showed her face, period?
That's a good question. Do anybody
know what this woman look like?
That's a good question.
All we've heard is voices. All we've heard is a voice and a person. That could have been me. You know what I'm saying? That could have been me pretending. I feel like some of these bloggers are making up stories. Okay, Wiley? I said it on Tasha's thing on Facebook. I think some of these bloggers, these Facebook YouTubers are making up stories to get likes and to get subscribers. And if that's the case, they don't need to do that, because that's dangerous. You're playing a dangerous game. Because one thing about me, I don't do lies. Don't lie on me, because I would come and find you. And I would make you tell that lie to me in front of my face. And I think they want Nicki to come out. They want her to say something, and she's not responding. She's ignoring them. So I'm dropping this story. I don't even want to talk about it no more, honestly. I'm over it.
And we thank you so very much.
And if Jen can show her face and show me some facts, Jen needs to go somewhere and sit down, okay?
Okay. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in, my dear sister. Thank you. All right, we're going to go to the next caller.
Enjoy your day, Wiley.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. 646-716-8447. 9363. Caller, you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you doing today?
All right.
Hi, I'm calling in because I'm not going to say the lady is lying. I don't know what's her story, but I do know this. I'm a victim. And with me being a victim, the person that sexually molested me, when he got out of prison, which was 2 years ago, the police, I didn't even know how the police got my number, because this is from my hometown and I live in a whole nother state now, but I guess they can find it. You know, it's easy to find, but they contacted me They're putting me through all kind of questions before they verified it was me, and they let me know that my accuser was out. They gave me rules that I had to follow as well. I can't be in a certain distance of him. I have to let them know when I'm going home. And at first I was upset. I was like, why do I have to deal with all these rules and not him? And it was like, for your protection. So I'm saying that to say with her, I don't understand why she's speaking out. I have to contact the authorities if I'm going to go home and visit my family. So I really, everything has to be coordinated. So with her, I'm kind of puzzled why she's trying to make light of this to the media when you have rules to follow as well when someone has molested you. At least I know mine are put in place. I don't know about hers, but it just seemed kind of iffy to me because most of the time the authorities will tell you have to contact them. They are there to assist you. And my accuser spent 15 years in jail. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right. We thank you so very much for calling in, sister. Thank you. All right. The number is 646-716. Bye-bye. 646-716-8447. 2448 caller, you're on the air. 2448, you're live on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to say I don't know whether or not Nicki actually, or if somebody from her camp actually contacted the victim, but still, they left the country without registering. And then they tried to move to California without registering. So they doing something wrong on their end too. So it can't be just the victim doing all the, going to social media and all of that. I mean, I think accountability is on both sides because they're not exactly following the law either. So I just want to bring that point up because she went to Trinidad and they had to come for him. Then she tried to move to California and they had to come for him. So, that's just something to think about. So they aren't all on, the two of them aren't on the up and up either. So, just something to think about.
Okay. But I want to ask you this question. Do you believe that Nicki Minaj, your honest opinion, is contacting Jennifer to tell Jennifer to change her story, offering Jennifer money?
I think it's possible. I can't say that she would because that would be ruining her brand. But it's possible because, to get that kind of media attention on just trying to move from one state to the other, maybe somebody in her camp or her lawyer said, well, I maybe know how we can make this go away. I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past them. I don't really see these celebrities as God. So, it's the human condition. Every human makes mistakes. So I think it's possible.
All right. And we want to thank you so very much for calling in.
All right. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. We're going to go to the next caller. 3939. Caller, you're on the air.
Hello, Wiley. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Okay. I was just calling in because I noticed that a lot of people weren't talking too much about this. But the thing for me is that I don't feel like Nicki would call her because that rape charge is dead and gone. So what do they need her to recant for? He's already served the time. His case is closed on that. So why do they really need her to recant at this point when it's illegal to try to first bribe her to do it? And, what is it going to prove? It's not going to help anything. It's done. There's nothing to gain for her to pay for that information. People are going to think what they want to think either way. And also, I don't think Nicki is that stupid. She would jeopardize her present and her future, for an old dead rape case. So I don't think she's that stupid. You don't get that far as where she's come being stupid like that. So, I don't necessarily think that's the case, but I do think maybe some of his his gang members, because Petty is still a gang member. So I feel like maybe some of his gang members might be doing this on his behalf. I don't know if he would be aware of it, but I doubt if Nicki would be aware of it. But I think, maybe his homeboys are trying to do it, for him maybe. But that's not fair to her because this lady wasn't making no noise. She was not making no noise. They didn't bring this lady up until they got married. Then they dug her up. And then when he got arrested again, for not registering, then they dug her up again. This lady is not trying to come out and bother nobody. And so to me, that's not fair to her. She shouldn't have to show her face, because she is trying to live a private life and those barbs will persecute her. If the barbs ain't persecuting her, then his gang members will persecute her. So she don't want nobody to be recognizing her in the street, in the store. So I don't blame her for not showing her face. And I think she did show her face one time though. But so, I mean, why would she be putting her face out there when she's trying to move and be anonymous, And so I can, see it from both sides, and so, but I just feel like the only thing is that when I read the article, it was all a bunch of hearsay. A source said this, a source said that. Nobody actually, I didn't see any official.
Nobody on record. Yes, I caught that too. A close source to the situation. Corey, I'm like, who are these sources? Who is the source?
It could be me and you. The sources could be me and you, Wiley.
It could.
They say
I was getting that too because they kept saying a source said this, but it wasn't nobody collaborate. Nobody from the U.S. Marshals collaborate. Not even a spokesperson. You know what I'm saying? Usually a spokesperson say, "Hey, we can't comment on an open investigation." Not even a spokesperson from the U.S. Marshals. It was just all source said this, source said that.
Because even the sheriff's department, if you ask them for an official statement, if it's a high priority investigation, they'll say that it's an investigation going on. They will tell you at least that, for the most part. But I don't see where they even asked for a statement, or they didn't even say that the marshals refused to comment. So to me, it's just a bunch of fluff. It's not based on anything. And there's no proof that, Nicki even did any of that. But I can also see why she would want to come out, even if she doesn't show her face. So that if she's really being persecuted and harassed and she is afraid, then she may feel like putting it out on Front Street would help protect her some because everybody would be looking at and wondering if something happens to her, who did it, and that there would be an investigation. So I feel like that was a smart move if she actually really is being harassed. And I do think maybe his gang friends are harassing her. But, I don't think Nicki is a part of it because what good would her recanting do now? He already did the time.
Yeah, I already did the time.
That's all I was thinking about it.
All right. Yeah. We thank you so very much for calling in. Well, all right. Thank you so very much. The number was 646-716-8447 is the number. Also, too, I just want to remind folks, we did reach out to Nicki Minaj. We have not received a response. So we get a response, we will bring it to you all live. If this is your first time watching The Wiley Show, subscribe. It is free. You can leave us a comment. Subscribe. If you don't agree with me, always leave us a comment. Excuse me. We do respond to the comments and everything like that. I'm feeling much, much, much better. You know what I'm saying? My nose is not running today. Yes. So I'm feeling much, much better today. Honestly, I'm not coughing as much. I'm feeling much, much better. And so I just want to thank you all for your prayers, for everything that y'all have been doing. Thank everybody for keeping in contact with me, concerning like my family and everything like that. We will be back live later on today. Honestly, we will definitely be back live later on today. We're going to be breaking some more subjects down. But I want to say thank you to everybody that contribute to this story by calling in and leaving a comment. So in the video end, leave us another comment and tell us how you feel about this video and see what side are you on. Are you on Nicki Minaj's side? Or are you on Nicki Minaj and her husband's side? Or are you on the side of Jennifer? Who do you believe? Do you believe that Nicki Minaj is contacting her? Let us know down there in the comments. If you want to be notified when I go live, text The Wiley Show, one word, The Wiley Show, to 833-760-1691. Text The Wiley Show, one word, to 833-760-1691. And if you have any issues, please leave a comment and we will help you then. Thank y'all. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And we'll be back live later on today. Peace. Oh, really quickly. I'm going to go live on station here. I forgot. I'm rushing to get off here. Hold on. Let me drop this station here thing here because I want to talk about Coming to America on station here. I'm going to just talk to them with y'all. Give me a quick second. Let me drop this in the chat really quickly. Okay. Hold up. Before we go. Okay, give me a second. Before we go, let me drop this station link in here because I forgot we gotta go live on station. We've been doing really, really good. Okay, link us over there on station here. We are live on station right now. Go and check us out. I dropped the link down there. Meet us over there on station. Let me post it in the community wall so we can talk about this. Okay. Here we go. Right here. Boom. Okay. Let me do this. Okay. Let me go on the other page, put it on community wall, and I will see you all live on Station Head. Okay. Got that right there. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Now I'm gone for real. See y'all on Station Head. Bye-bye.